What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Soapbox, presented by the Savage Land. And pretty much the Soapbox is a little commentary on my channel where I do community, which I talk about things I watched on YouTube, whether it's toys or pop culture, or I do hot topics, toy rants, which is in the middle, which I just talk about a hot topic, which kind of turns partly into a rant. And then last but not least, toy news, some things I found on sale. I'm gonna stop saying clearance because it's really not a hard clearance, but some people might be looking for some older items, might be old to a lot, new to some, and I pretty much go over that. So let's get into the soapbox. On the first segment, let's get into community. And today on community, throughout the week, the first thing I watched is Weird History, the year 1999. Might not mean a lot to some, but it means a lot to me. I watched this before a couple of months ago, but it just had some interesting things. And the way I look at the 90s now is how I looked at the 70s in the 90s. The film looks very dated, texture, the way people dress, things that happened in the 90s is actually now quite a long time ago, a couple of decades ago, of course. On there, it goes over Woodstock 99, which was a shit show. Limp Bizkit set it off. Chili Peppers ended it. Not like the original Woodstock. It was very not enough room to house people like the original Woodstock. Price gouging because people knew people needed water, so just a lot of crazy stuff. Elian Gonzalez, the refugee from Cuba, JFK crashing his plane. So it's actually quite a good documentary, but it's called Weird History. And if you guys want to check that out, check that out. Up next, we have a guy that's on my Facebook group, Gijoe Classified Elite. And his name is Ferry the Workaholic. And this picture was really good. He has a nice picture of Spirit, and you'll see it over here to my left, where he does customs. And Spirit is decked out in kind of like a darker green, kind of like a Vietnam type color. But what got me on this photo is the face paint. I mean, this is a beautiful custom. Now, I know I ragged on customs before, but I was talking about customs trying to make another figure. I don't believe he was trying to emulate a figure that was in G.I. Joe line. He just took his imagination and he put it to work. I mean, this is a beautiful custom. He has, and now that I think about it, he has a lot that he puts up on G.I. Joe Classified Elite, so you might be seeing a lot more pictures from this guy. But on that Facebook group, his name is Ferry the Workaholic, and his Instagram is G.I. Joe _customs with a Z at the end. Ferry the Workaholic, man, you did a beautiful picture. I'm looking forward to more pictures from you. So if you guys want to go to his Instagram, check him out. Appreciate you, Ferry the Workaholic. Up next, what I watched on YouTube this week is a guy named Clout, like a lot of toy collectors got, and Cancun, like Mexico. And Clout Cancun does documentaries on old hip-hop albums. I'm a hip-hop head all day, and he had an interesting one this week, which was Dr. Dre's never released album Detox, which was 20 years in the making, and who knows if Detox will ever come out. An interesting fact that he points out during this video is he was born in 2000, 2001, or 1999, but he is the equivalent of how long it's taken this world's greatest album never to come out. He's the same age as it, and he did a very good deep in-depth review, and I commended him on that for a man who was born around the time this album was supposed to come out and have so much knowledge on it. But if you want to check that out and just hear the different stories, the different scenarios of why Detox didn't come out, check out Clout Cancun, man. That was also a good segment on his channel that I watched. And my last story, and I know I didn't do too much toy news on community this week, but this is just what I watched on YouTube. These are all very good segments that I given you guys, and the descriptions will be down. It'll be down in the, this is all very good segments that I gave you guys in the description. This is all good segments that I gave you guys, and the links will be in the description down below. But last but not least, let's go over DJ Vlad. If you guys don't know, he's pretty much a YouTube journalist, and being that I collect so much wrestling figures, and wrestling has always been a big part of pop culture in my early years, he has an interview with Jake the Snake that's powerful, man. Powerful, man. Jake the Snake been through a lot. He was born through rape. His father raped his mother when she was 12 years old and had Jake the Snake. Now, his father married his mother, but the thing about that is his father was 24 years old and she was 12, okay? He had two more siblings from his parents getting together, which was his sisters, and his father divorced his mother by the time she was 17. His father also had incest with his sisters when they went to go stay with him when his parents broke up. But Jake the Snake has a powerful story. He battled drug addiction, alcohol, and he's still here to this day to tell the stories and somewhat have a smile on his face, not because he loved that life, but just because he found a way to break through. No matter what you go through on earth, I don't know if you guys believe in God or not, but God will always have you. You need to have some type of rock to hold on to. And if you don't believe in God, that's fine, but you need to have some type of rock to hold on to, some type of faith to hold on to make it through this world, because it is not easy out here. And I strongly recommend you guys to check out this DJ Vlad interview with Jake the Snake. Powerful. It's not even fully over. Vlad releases his interviews in parts. It's like on part 7 or 8 now, so usually they can get up to 15 parts and then he'll release the full interview. So if you guys can check that out, links will be in the description below. And like I said, I know I didn't do too much toy news on community this week, but this is what I watch. I want to share a couple of good channels and kind of open up my channel a little bit with you guys, so check it out. All right, up next on Hot Topics and Rants, we pretty much have just one this week, and everybody's been talking about it. HASBRO bringing plastic packaging back. Now, I really don't necessarily have too much of a rant on this. I actually think this is good, because even on this very channel here, I came across a problem with the plastic-free packaging. I brought a Duke with Ram Cycle from Target, and I ended up with like a Fuchs Ninja inside my package. No, that wasn't staged or anything like that, because I really don't have time to play games like that, to be honest with you. That was a serious thing, and a lot of people have came across that problem. Now, as far as not being able to see the figure, that wasn't too much bad for me, but that was my huge problem with it. But then with other people seeing their figures that they don't want to take it out, because let's be real here, whenever I go to the toy section, I'm not seeing a child buy G.I. Joe Classified. I'm not really seeing a child buy Marvel Legends. When I go to the aisle, I'm seeing a grown man do this. And I already know what he's done. Like, he's looking for something. So it's adult collectors. So yes, it's a strong possibility somebody might be buying a figure to keep it mint on card and look at it in a package. So they decided to go back for whatever reason, which is cool, man. Which is cool. I mean, how can you save on plastic when a figure's made of plastic? What, you gonna start making it of wood and paper? I mean, it just really didn't make any sense. And if they save some money, hey, kudos, man. Y'all saved a little bit of money on your quarters, and you cut some people from Hasbro to try to save some money. But if you keep doing stupid stuff, you're gonna hustle backwards anyway. And that gets to the point of, on the hot topic, and it's kind of slash a rant, hustling backwards. Now, I'm not the first to bring this up. I actually seen this on ACBA podcast on Friday night, or actually heard it. They were talking about, Boog and those guys were talking about, if Hasbro brings the plastic packaging back, will they try to upcharge and say, hey guys, you guys wanted this plastic packaging, now instead of $24.99, all figures are $29.99. Now, if they do that, they will seriously shoot themselves in the foot. Like I said, they're already hustling backwards. People are complaining about prices, and once you do something like that, people don't care if you brought the plastic back. You're really trying to, like, bamboozle people. So hopefully they don't hustle backwards and do that and keep the prices the same. As far as bringing the plastic packaging back, do I think it's a great thing? Yes, I think it's awesome. They're looking to do it at the end of 2023, 2024. I'm pretty sure they already have rollouts that had those box packaging with no plastic, so they have to pretty much run through them. But at the end of the day, to change all that up and let them know the factory gonna do this and have to go over new boxes again, I mean, that was more of a hassle for them. I don't know, I'm not behind the scenes, but Hasbro does a lot of silly stuff, but I don't get too much deep in that. They can do all the silly stuff they want to. What matters what comes at the end of the pipeline to the customer, which is me. Which I already pick and choose with Marvel Legends. I love G.I. Joe. I got every last one of those. So that will be affected also. Will they raise the price up? The $29.99? They do that, which they already went over their price SKU, so who knows? But that price SKU might just be for the end of this year. But we will see. We will see, Hasbro. Kudos for bringing back the plastic packaging. I believe you should have left it like that from the giddy up. I believe you should have found another way to save money, because I don't believe that really was the reason. But hey, we will see. We will see. So plastic packaging is back. Everybody can go hooray. Last, we got toy news, and then we'll go over some things that I seen on sale. As far as toy news this week, I'm pretty much strictly sticking to G.I. Joe. And on the end of Super 7, G.I. Joe Wave 4. Wave 3 is up for pre-order, and I believe 2 and 1 may be out. I don't collect Super 7 G.I. Joe, so please don't get mad at me if I'm wrong on this. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I want to do Super 7 versus Hasbro. And I'm not going to tell you which one you should buy. I think they're both actually pretty good. Me, personally, I'm sticking with Hasbro. I don't know if I want any Super 7 G.I. Joes. Super 7 sticking mostly to the cartoon. So everything is cartoon accurate as far as color palette, far as deco, and so forth and so on. It's the Sunbow cartoon is pretty much what they're sticking to. And I didn't know people didn't like Super 7 as much, because I love Super 7. I was introduced it through the Ninja Turtle line, which is cool, because I thought Bebop and Rocksteady was a true official size that they should be. Almost like a Marvel Select Hulk. That Bebop and Rocksteady from Super 7 is huge. It's set in 7-inch scale, but they're more like 9 inches tall, which they should be big behemoth beast, even if a Ninja Turtle's in a 6-inch scale. But I don't have all those, and I just pick and choose what I want. Plus, they cost more, but you get more accessories, and it's more plastic. But I was introduced through that. I'm interested more in the Simpsons waves, and I might grab a few other things, but I think I'm more with Super 7. I'm more interested in the Simpsons. I'm not even really interested in getting too much more turtle stuff from them, because I have what I have. I have the 4 turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady, and actually I'm cool with that. But I seen, well, I was looking on Facebook or on YouTube or something, but somebody was pointing out the Stalker from Super 7, which looks great. He looks phenomenal. He looks just like the cartoon character. Is the way Hasbro should have did their Stalker. I like the Stalker from Hasbro. Do I think he's the best figure in the wave? No, but I actually like him. I like the way he's decked out. Hasbro's kind of back and forth, because the gun-hos, I mean, if you have the Hasbro gun-ho, I mean, you can get this one to be accurate as far as Super 7 gun-ho. But to me, Hasbro has that color palette. It looks pretty much close to the cartoon figures, and it's in the scale of 6-inch scale of G.I. Joe Classified. Baroness looks pretty cool. Everybody comes with like 2 or 3 head sculpts. Everybody has way more accessories than the Hasbro line. But like I said, once again, it's $55 for these figures. Me, like I said, I'm sticking strictly with Hasbro on this. I got one line I'm collecting. I'm running with it. But if you want more of a cartoonish look, then that's for you. And I would never be the one to say, hey, take this. This is what you should do. Because I hate when people tell me what they do. Whatever formula that I have as a grown man, it took me 40 years to get, and I'm satisfied with it. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. You pick and choose what you want. But I actually like the Stalker from G.I. Joe Classified. Has Super 7 made a figure that I think is better than Hasbro's? In my eyes, no. But I'm not saying it's worse either. But I wouldn't say like, hey, I'm about to switch over lines, because some of the stuff that Hasbro has done, like with Major Blood, I think that should be his incarnation, the way he looks until the end. You know, just forget the old one. But yeah, Wave 4 is up for pre-order now. If you order from Super 7, you get it for $220, and you also get an extra weapons pack. Other than that, if you want to order from Big Bad Toy Store, they're like $55 a piece. But they look good. They look good. Some people have left Hasbro line alone and just strictly collecting Super 7, which is cool, because you're going to get your money's worth. Even though they're $55, it all depends on what you want. You're going to get your money's worth. I believe Cobra Commander has a cloth cape that's in that Wave 1. And everybody, like I said, has plenty of accessories, hands, and heads, which is cool. I mean, you probably get 10 to 15 accessories a piece, and that's just how Super 7 rolls. Maybe like 8 or 9, but way more than Classified will give you. So if you want to order Wave 4, it's up for pre-order now. So we're going to keep the thing with G.I. Joe, and up for pre-order last week was Mezco's Storm Shadow. Guy comes with a bevy of hands. Looks like it's about 10 different sets. Also has an unmasked head, mask head. His look is a little bit more tactical with this Mezco, and of course the clothing is soft goods. And as you can see right there, he has the unmasked head that kind of resembles the guy who played him in the movie. Effect piece with some ninja stars, which looks pretty dope. Not really a huge Mezco guy. I think Hasbro has the definitive Storm Shadow made right now, but this guy has a lot of weapons, 2 katanas, bow and arrow with quiver, large accessory hands, different head sculpts. I think he's good to go, but I will not order this guy because I don't know where the hell is Destro. If anybody has seen Carmen Sandy Destro, please let me know where he's at, because he's been on pre-order for a year and a half, and that's just the breaks of collecting. I guess I'm just like these 89 Batman guys. I don't know when this thing will show up, and when it does show up, will I be satisfied? But moving on, let's do a few clearances that I saw on Entertainment Earth. Stalker is about, I believe I've seen them for like 17, 18 bucks right now. And Zaymont and Tomax is $16 on Amazon.com United States website. I hope you guys had a happy Easter. I hope you guys spent it with family. And this is the Savage Land. If it's your first time watching the Soapbox, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. I do this for the love and beauty of action figures. And with that being said, until the next time, God bless.